Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to take a look here at ExxonMobil stock. I want to talk about what's really happening with this company. Now, they had a high at around $62, but since then they've been pretty stopped, and it really looks like there's no signs or no reasons for them to have stopped their run. Right now they are getting absolutely crushed under the 200 EMA, which is going to be this bluish green line you can see right here, and the 200 EMA is a representation of whether the stock is either in an upwards direction or in a downwards direction. So you can see that on the way up, XOM was very well testing on the 200 EMA, showing us clearly that it wanted to stay in an upwards direction. But as you can see, it has recently broken below, and it is right now fighting between this level of resistance or support, $55, and the 200 EMA. So what happens after this point is going to be extremely crucial in deciding whether you should hop in on XOM or hop out. So again, guys, it's not so obvious from a company point of view, but if we take a look here at the chart, not only at what I just showed you, but one more bigger picture thing that I want to show you later on in the video, it's going to become very clear why XOM paused at this level, but also it's going to become very clear what we need to do as traders if we want to profit on this idea. And again, guys, XOM right now is getting that higher volume that I was looking for. You can see that right now it is dropping off a little, and I think that's why there is a lot to talk about with this stock. I think it's going to present a great opportunity to buy over the next few days. And as always, if you learned something new or like what you see today, don't forget to check out the links in the description, like and subscribe down below, and take advantage of all those free things we have down there. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Now, looking more specifically here at ExxonMobil and some of the technical analysis with this chart, you can see that right now we are clearly below the 200 EMA, and there's a lot of reasons why I didn't touch base on this company before. Like I mentioned, the volume, and that's one of the main things that I like to look at before I mention a stock. But as you guys can see, right now both the volume and the 200 EMA are signaling a drop-off, which is never a great sign on a stock we want to invest into. But I think that this is a temporary sign, and with the market rallying like crazy, I think it's only a matter of time before ExxonMobil rips out. But I do want to show you one bigger picture reason why Exxon might be selling off in the next week. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you exactly where I think they're going to sell off to, where you should watch for a buy, and exactly what ExxonMobil might be doing as far as some literal price action on the 5-minute or some of these smaller time frames. Now, like I just explained, in order to understand fully what is happening with XOM and why there was such a strong rejection at the 62, showing that XOM really isn't even able to recover right now, is because of this larger time frame or larger idea. Now, I always stress that we want to look at the 1-hour chart to find these kind of trend patterns, or when we do trade breakouts, etc. But if we are looking at a more overall idea, or we want to know what's happening in the overall context of a stock, we can look at the weekly chart, monthly chart, and with stocks that go back years and years, it's going to be very easy to see some of these longer overall trends, or at the very least, something that we should take our eye on and look into the future. And you can see that with XOM, it is extremely clear that this stock did not want to bounce at the 200 EMA. Now, the 200 EMA is not only for those smaller time frames, it also works here on the lower time frames. And right now it's giving us a very, very clear picture that XOM was not ready to break into the upside, and it was not ready to make new highs from some of these lower levels of pre-coronavirus. But as always, guys, this is going to be something that we need to continue watching if we are investing with XOM. Now, like you know, XOM is having trouble breaking down below 55, and one of the main reasons for that is this huge level of support, which is going to line up exactly with our $55 level of resistance. So again, guys, there is a lot of buying and selling happening in this zone, and that's why XOM hasn't been able to find a clear direction, and it looks like the market is confused on what's happening. The market isn't really confused, it's just that there is a large amount of people hopping in at this time, and it's making the stock trade back and forth. So with that longer term analysis in mind, what's something that we can watch here to know whether XOM is going to break back to the upside and potentially rocket up to some levels we want to see and make a profit at? But as you guys can see, XOM has consistently stayed below the 200 EMA for the last few years. So obviously a break above the 200 EMA would be great to see. But the second thing we'd most like to see is maybe a break above this trend line. So if XOM can break above the 200 EMA and then come above and test at around 65 or maybe even $68 on this trend and break above, then there's no doubt in my mind that this is an $80 a share stock. But until I see a break above the 200 EMA or maybe even a break above this trend line, I'm going to be a little more bearish on XOM, as this is a recovering company. And right now we need to be very, very careful with our investments as the market is beating down on overvalued companies. And you can see that even though there was a rally and there is some higher volume, this is one of the highest traded stocks on the stock market. but it is still not able to break up. So as always, guys, I'm going to be watching for a breakdown below this 55. That's what the technicals are signaling right now with XOM, but I wouldn't be surprised if the stock went down to this $50 or $50 level, 51, 52, and then made a humongous bounce, rallying into this earnings on April the 29th. As always, guys, the earnings dates around the stock are going to be something major to watch, and a lot of companies really either rally into earnings or sell off, giving you an indication of what's going to happen during the earnings period. Now with XOM, we need to look at the past of what's happened with this earnings to get an idea of what's going to happen in the future. And you can see that consistently they have sold off into the earnings just to rally up massively afterwards. And this has been a repeating pattern over the last few months with XOM. So I wouldn't be surprised if this pullback was then met with a huge rally after this earnings period, or once this earnings period begins taking over the stock. So as always, guys, that is my analysis on XOM. I love this company. I really do want to trade them, and I want to get in on a bullish trade with them, but I need to see that these warning signs are cleared out of the way, and I need to make sure that the price I'm getting in at is a major discount. So around $50 to $52 is that range. But if we do get a break above the 200 EMA immediately on Monday, or when the market reopens, then that will be a great sign to jump in on this stock, because I do see the volume high, and I think that we can potentially see a repeat of what was happening back in March or April with this company, ExxonMobil. So as always, guys, this is going to be a main one to watch. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned anything new, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Check out my links in the description, because we have some great free stuff down there, including the Discord, where I call out all my free daily plays and signals, and also the link to TradingView, which is the platform you're seeing me trading on today. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope all your trades are in the green.